The vehicle cargo import-export business in GTA Online is one of the most underused, but in this video I'm going to explain why you definitely want to add it to your rotation, as it can make you an absolute fortune. I'll explain the best ways to source, including how to only ever get top range cars, the best ways to export, the best locations to have, and of course how much money you can actually make. For this one, I've enlisted the help of notorious car thief Memphis Beats from Gone in 60 Seconds. Before we get into it, don't forget to drop it a like and subscribe for the best GTA guides on the internet. So without further ado, let's get to it. Before you can buy a vehicle warehouse, you'll need to first own a CEO office. There are 4 to choose from, starting at $1 million up to $4 million. You would not be using an office for vehicle cargo from beyond this point, so you can just buy the cheapest one. If you can afford it though, the best location is Maze Bank, starting at $4 million, as this will make life easier for some of the other businesses in the game. There are a load of interior options that you can purchase, but none of these will help you make more money, so just have it how you like. There are a total of 9 vehicle warehouses to choose from, all in and around Los Santos. These start at $1.5 million and go up to $2.85 million. The La Mesa warehouse is an absolute bargain for only $1.5 million. This has great access in and out and is also right next to the highway, making sourcing and selling a breeze. Its downside is how it's right next to a load of gangsters. Your other best option is Murrieta Heights, which is the most expensive, costing $2.85 million. This also has good access to a convenient main road. I would have probably switched to this location were it not for the fact I would have to completely empty my current vehicle warehouse in order to do so. More on why you definitely don't want to do that coming up. You can then choose what interior you'd like from 3 options. Just like the other interiors, these will not add value to your business. There are 3 categories of vehicles that you can import and export. They're standard range, mid-range, and top range. There are a total of 10 models each for standard range and mid-range vehicles, each with 3 color and plate variants. For top range, there are 12 different models, also with 3 different color and plate variants. That brings the total of potential vehicles you may get to 96, but your warehouse can only hold up to 40 vehicles. Some of these vehicles can be sourced and added to one of 10 collections, which have a bonus payment attached to exporting them together. These bonuses will be either $20,000, $35,000 or $50,000. The lowest payout for a collection is this one, totaling $100,000. And the best collection is this one, which will pay $310,000. You will need enough people in your organization to export these vehicles, as they all need to be moved together. Before starting any sourcing mission, it's best to call in your terabyte and park it right outside your warehouse, as you can launch the sourcing missions from here. You can also use your CEO office or your arcade, but the terabyte is more convenient. You'll also want to set up and use job warping, which allows you to teleport all over the place using the job blips on your map. This will save you bundles of time. Absolutely must learn this trick. If you'd like to learn how, link will be in the description below. The premise for each sourcing mission is pretty much the same, where you need to travel to the vehicle's location, steal it, and then deliver it to your warehouse. In between, you're likely to have something extra to do, like escape some attackers, deactivate a bomb, or something along those lines. is special mention to a few of these jobs which will help you source much faster, like the one where you need to beat the par time. With this, you can just use your Oppressor Mark II and blitz to the location. Another mission sees you tailing a Kuruma to a hidden location. You can purposely get spotted by the Kuruma, which will then speed them up. There will always be a shootout at the final location anyway, you'll just get there much faster. You also have the stunt mission. Simply wait for the security to turn around, then steal the car. Easily the worst sourcing mission is the one with the cargo bob, where you need to hook up a vehicle from the offshore platform. The best way to do this is to drop it on a road and drive it, as the cargo bob sucks. You should be fast enough to not have any of the following choppers cause you any hassle. It also means you don't run the risk of having your cargo bob destroyed and messing up your cargo. While we're on the subject, anyone that tells you that you should source your vehicles with a cargo bob is a dumbass and should be blocked from all social media and platforms. Any damage that you receive will need to be paid for upon completion of the delivery. If you receive too much damage, you're better off blowing up the vehicle and trying again, as you'll ultimately not be earning enough if you deliver it. When you're driving back to your warehouse, make sure to return your oppressor back into storage, so it's there in your terabyte again when you source the next one. Each sourcing mission will probably take you 3 to 4 minutes on average. After delivery, there is a 3-minute cooldown before you can source another. These vehicles can also be stolen by other players or by you. You can use this to your advantage if you're looking at completing the career progress, where you can get a group of friends to source together and swap vehicles based on your current needs. As always, it's always best to do any sourcing in a solo or friend lobby. There is a way to always ensure you only get top range vehicles to source, and that is by filling your warehouse to 60%, which is equivalent to 24 vehicles, just as long as they are all either standard or mid-range. The game will then try and even this out by only ever giving you top range vehicles. If you get a top range vehicle along the way, you can export it immediately. You can now manipulate this by sourcing one, then exporting it, then going right ahead and sourcing yet another top range. Rinse and repeat. Of course, getting to this point will seem like a long grind, but the payoff afterwards is definitely worth it. The standard, mid and top range all have different exporting payouts, but you always want to choose the specialist dealer as they pay the most. After taking away the upfront modification cost, the standard range will make you $30,000. Mid-range will pay out $50,000 and top range will pay out $80,000. These are the base payouts. Obviously, you only ever want to export the top range vehicles. If you successfully export one in a full public lobby, you'll get a high demand bonus of 50%, totaling a payout of $150,000 minus the initial $20,000 upfront cost.
This is huge. We got a sale. Great job out there.
Another benefit of selling in a lobby with other players is how you won't automatically get attacked by NPCs, as if you sell in a solo lobby, they will always spawn and you'll lose some money. You can only export if registered as a CEO, so be sure to take advantage of the ghost organization to hide you and your cargo if you feel the need. Before you can export, you will need to make alterations to the car, but whatever you change will have no effect on its value, so just pick the quickest options. There is a base cooldown of 20 minutes before you can export another vehicle, but this will be as high as 50 minutes if you exported 4. That said, if you start lobby hopping, this will reset your cooldown timer, which is highly annoying, especially if you exported 4 cars in one go. I had thought I discovered a cooldown skip, which involved closing the game after each delivery, then restarting. This did skip the cooldown, but also skipped getting paid. I found this out the hard way after exporting $1 million worth of cars and only somehow received 118,000. I tried hard saving the pay by changing outfits and trying it again. Which did save progress but also kept the cooldown. To export more vehicles in one go, you will need the same amount of associates to help you do so.
As usual, someone's holding up the rest of the group.
The drawback to this is how you'll only ever get the high demand bonus for the one vehicle you are given, not for all 4. So you end up losing about $150,000 in bonuses doing it like this. So always just export one vehicle at a time. As you can tell, the exporting only takes a few minutes, so you're not in any real danger of having your stock destroyed. And as long as you don't drive like a drunk Chinese woman, you'll not incur any losses. But be careful, as even hitting some plastic bollards will cause damage. If you have a complete collection that has any standard or mid-range vehicles in it, it's better not to export these if it puts you under the 24 car limit in your warehouse, as this will then disrupt always getting the top range vehicles. And never export the Roosevelt, as it's one of the slowest cars possible, so you'll just end up having to source for it again, which will be a huge time loss. When it comes to double money event weeks, this is where you can really make a killing, as exporting just one top range vehicle in a public lobby will make you $300,000 a time. So do you think the vehicle cargo business is worth doing? Have you been one of those who has neglected it until now? Let me know in the comments. So if you found this video useful, please drop us a like and subscribe for the best GTA guides on the internet. Here are some other videos you may also enjoy. I'm BeatsDown, and I'll see you in the next one.